going to talk about artificial intelligence revolution and practically how we can incorporate all these opportunities for our academic research purposes. So first of all, I would like to discuss about what is Chat GPT. Basically, Chat GPT is a language model, and it was introduced in November 2022. But honestly speaking, while living at USA, I realized that it is not a new technology. Uh, the artificial intelligence and these kind of models and tools were already available. There were a few examples of Copilot and all these sort of technologies and artificial intelligence tools. But yes, definitely, Chat GPT got more familiarity just because of its strengths and its wonderful features that it is going to provide as compared to other previous tools. So let's understand that how Chat GPT will work. Chat GPT is not a human. It cannot think like humans, but actually it is prepared to predict, to share the knowledge like humans. For that purpose, collection of 570 GB of data, which is sourced from books, web texts, websites, and articles, and different encyclopedias. So all this information is combined, and a language model is prepared to predict based on the available data. Here, it is very much important to understand that Chat GPT can serve us based on the available data. So that is an important point we should keep in mind before proceeding. So actually, 300 billion words have been fed into the system, and the system is trained in a way to respond to the queries of individuals who are humans. So I just tried to ask from ChatGPT that who you are. So ChatGPT responded me that I'm a large language model trained by Open AI, and basically it is designed to generate human-like responses. I have highlighted this term, human-like responses. So these are not humans. Uh, Keep in mind, they cannot think like us, they cannot be creative like us, but they can help us based on the knowledge which is already available in the form of some explicit knowledge. So a tacit knowledge cannot be shared. So this is the main difference between a machine and a language model and the humans. But Chat GPT will try to serve us and help us like humans. So this is more important point that we must keep in mind. It will use deep learning algorithms to predict the most likely response based on the input and the context. So actually what the earlier artificial intelligence tools have been doing, they have been also relying on the input. But what I can learn from the use of Chat GPT, it tries to understand the context. So we can say that it is more intelligent as compared to the previously available tools. But I can safely say that it is not totally new technology. Similar tools were already available and were in practice, at least at US, as I discussed with my colleagues here. So we should be very much clear that what Chat GPT
Madam,
can do.
Madam, can you please reshare your screen?
Sure.
Your presentation is not visible to us.
I can reshare it.
If you find any problem sharing it, kindly share it with me on the WhatsApp. I will display it from here.
Sure. Let me just share it again. I'm sorry for the inconvenience, but I hope it will be shared now. Yeah, I think it's going to be shared. Please let me know if it is visible now.
Yes, it
Yes,
is
it is
visible
visible.
now. Yes.
Perfect. Thank you very much. So, this is what I was talking about. It was about what is Chat GPT. So basically, it is a collection of 570 GB data, which is collected from different sources, like different web texts and uh, encyclopedias, articles, and so on. So, what I'm right now talking about, what Chat GPT can do for you, this is really important. It can write the codes for us based on different computer system languages. If some of our participants are from the field of computer science, it might be helpful for them. But for others, all the rest of the points are very much of their interest, like it can answer our questions. I'm now speaking to my students. Guys, all the questions you were supposed to ask from your teachers, from your mentors, you may be able to find the answers of most of the questions from Chat GPT now. So it is in your hand right now, in the form of your mobile, on your in your hand, or maybe on your desktop, like in the form of your laptop maybe. So you can ask the questions from Chat GPT. So how Chat GPT will respond? It will collect the data, it will try to understand your question, it will collect the data, and ultimately it will try to provide you answer based on your input, number one, and number two, based on the context that you have provided. Another important feature of Chat GPT is it will help you to complete text. So what is text completion? Let me explain. You want to write an email to your supervisor and or maybe your mentor, and you have some basic points in your mind. And if you will provide a query to Chat GPT with those points and request that artificial intelligence tool to write an email for you, it will help you to writing a perfect professional email. I will give you a few examples. Then it can help you to translate the language. That is a perfect tool for uh, researchers who are conducting qualitative studies. If they are conducting interviews, it can help you to transcribe your translate your data. So if that is available in Urdu, in Hindi, in Chinese, in some other language, so it will help you to translate your data with a single click. And being a researcher, I can understand that how much big blessing it is that with a single click, you if you add all the data in Urdu form, and it can help you to translate in some other language. I know there are some other softwares and other tools which are available, but trust me, it is quite friendly, user friendly, and it is quite helping. Then there is an other important point, which is summarization. If you are going to write some findings, if you are writing some important points, and now you want to draw a conclusion or you want to make a summary of your speech, I mean, it's not totally about your writing, even about your lecture. If you are a faculty member, and I can see a number of faculty members uh, here in my list, I can see Dr. Amna, Dr. Iram. There are my good colleagues are there. So if you are a lecturer or a professor and you want to prepare your lecture and you want to summarize your points and you want to discuss the conclusion, you can just uh, ask Chat GPT to prepare a summary of your talk, and that is quite easily possible with a single click. So it will be quite helpful for the faculty members. So if you can see that you can ask the question from Chat GPT, it means it will be helpful for all the learners if they are faculty members, students, or some other professionals. It can help you to writing emails. So if you are in administration, you are a librarian, chief librarian, and you need to prepare or you need to draft an official email to your higher authorities, you want to talk softly since English is not our first language. So in most of the cases, like if I look at my audience, in most of the cases, English is not our first language. So it can help us to prepare professional email based on the data and the input we have provided to it. So it can help us in a way. Then the most interesting and fascinating feature is sentiment analysis. So I have been working with different data analysis softwares like SPSS, like NVivo. There are a number of qualitative data analysis softwares. But trust me, it is a wonderful data analysis software which can actually try to understand that ChatGPT is totally about the text. So it will not entertain the images. So and videos. But see, if we are going to input the text, it will help us to analyze the data. It will help us to make the categories of the data. It will help us to make to prepare the sentiment analysis. So I will show you how it can help you. Uh, so there is another important question that may be in your mind. Is it free? And the answer is yes, but for now. So right now it is free. You can just use its features as much as you want to use. There will be no issue. But in future, keep in mind that all the operating system cost will be managed from its users. So right now you can use it, you can just learn it, but in future it will be monetized. And that is quite clear, as said by CEO of uh, ChatGPT AI. So the next important point I just wanted to discuss with you guys is about how to access it. I know a large number of participants may have already been accessing uh, chat gpt, and they are using chat gpt. But for my those members and the participants who want to know that how to access it, you can just write chat gpt in any search engine like Google, and then you can just, or maybe you can use this URL openai.com, and then you can open the chat gpt. Then you need to sign up with the help of your Google's Gmail account, or maybe some other email account, and then you can straight away start chatting with chat gpt like your friend or maybe like your teacher. So this is the interface of the chat gpt. Here you can see three important columns. The first column is related to examples. The second column talks about the capabilities, so what chat gpt can do. And I just want to share my, as I shared with you earlier, that I'm not going to deliver a lecture. I just want to share my experience. So what was wonderful while working with chat gpt, it was about its capability to remember you. So if you are a user and you have entered some data, and for your first question, and then your second question is also relevant to your first question, then it will refer to your first question. So it means that it is going to remember you and your questions that you have asked earlier during your chat with chat gpt. So it's really amazing and interesting. Then interestingly, I'm not going to talk about its limitations and challenges right now. I mean, first let's explore it, that how we can use it for our academic research, for academia, teaching, learning, and our professional trainings. Well, uh, for the humans and individuals for whom English is a second language, it can help you to rephrase your all writing. It can help you to improve your scholarly writing. It can help you to understand the sentence structure. It can help you to understand the syntax issues. To it will help you to improve the grammar. So I mean, it's amazing if you really want to learn the language, and it will help you a lot in your scholarly writing. Then yes, it can generate text. So I mean, there will be questions about academic integrity that I know Dr. Salim can better respond to you. But see, it can generate text. So if there is no issue of academic integrity, you can take help from chat gpt and avoid your wasting your energy and time to have a look on multiple websites. Instead, you can just ask one question from chat gpt and it can bring all the information and just compile it for you according to your query. I'm talking about query. That's really important because all the output will be dependent on your input and on the input of artificial intelligence tool. I mean, whatever data the tool has with its database, or and how you are really inquiring or asking a question from the chat GPT. So you can generate text, you can compose email, you can draft some, you can get some information and help about your proposal outline. You can ask questions about statistics, you can ask questions about main understanding of the different research concepts. It's amazing. So then it can help you to analyze the data. How? uh, if you have just recorded different interviews and you want to put these interviews here and you want chat gpt to categorize your information and to make parent notes and child notes, it will help you to make it. It's really amazing. I mean, Dr. Salim can better throw light on this area, but to me, if it is a data analysis tool, it is perfectly fair to use it with proper acknowledgement. So if we are using NVivo to analyze our data, if we are using SPSS to analyze our data, then why not Chat GPT? It can help us to analyze our qualitative data, and of course it can help us to classify our text. I mean, if you are going to work on the tweet analysis of a particular topic, so you can put all the data or maybe all the tweets you want to analyze in chat gpt, and chat gpt can just show you that uh, chat gpt can show you that if the tweets were neutral, negative or positive. And it was totally amazing when I just tried to work with this feature of chat gpt. Okay, I will give you a few examples that how ChatGPT will work. See, I have given, this is a part of my study. This is the real data that me and Ashif Sharif is here. We collected this data and Ashif Sharif compiled it and sent me the transcription in Urdu format. So I'm right now working on the analysis. So I want to reproduce the verbatim of participants. And for that, I need some translation of their interview data. So what I did, I just copied and pasted one paragraph here, and you can see that it has provided me a wonderful translation in very scholarly manner, wonderful translation of all the data, which is reproduced, which is provided in the language of Urdu. So uh, this is the another amazing feature of mind mapping. Like I talked to you earlier, if you have some important findings of your study and you just want to prepare a mind map, the parent theme and the child themes, it is perfect to use for that purpose. See what I wrote here. I wrote a question that can you write a latex code. Latex, it is used for writing like ms word. Can you write a latex code for a mind map that illustrate the academic misconduct behavior in Pakistan? It was my question. So I wanted to make a mind map based on the available information within the database. So what the chat GPT did for me, you can see it is the basically the code that chat GPT prepared for me, which may be not understandable for most of my participants, but I can show you its better version. I just copied this code, and you can see in my latex form on my right side, you can see the exported version which is understandable for most of us. So I can show you an other version of this result. So ChatGPT shared with me that when I talk about academic misconduct behavior in Pakistan, the results show that it is about plagiarism, it is about cheating, it's about like different sort of concepts which are available within the literature. So what the chat gpt is going to do, it is preparing mind map figures for me that I can use easily for my research, teaching, classroom lectures, and so on. So there is an other example of text completion. All this work is done today in the morning. It's midnight at USA. So I just prepared all the examples in the morning, so it is quite fresh. So you can see if you look at my question. So I asked ChatGPT to write an email to my mentor or supervisor and tell him that I have done almost one third of my work and now I'm ready to meet you. So you can see what a wonderful, decent, and sophisticated email was designed by the ChatGPT. So I can just copy it, paste it, make some minor changes according to my own understanding, and I can send it. So you don't need to waste your time to draft your email. So, and you need to worry about that English is your second language. So I'm enjoying this feature in this way. Yeah, it's most interesting part that I enjoyed working with Chat GPT. So you can see the example is about sentiment analysis. So I just opened I have a screenshot from my Twitter account. So I just opened the topic of open AI, artificial intelligence, and I just copied, say, 20 tweets from different individuals, and I just copied it and pasted that in chat gpt. And what chat gpt did for me, I requested chat gpt to prepare a table of sentiment analysis. You can see that on my left side there is the tweet of first person, and on my right side the chat gpt is suggesting that the comment sentiment is negative. So it's wonderful. I mean, it is helping me to analyze that it's negative, neutral, or positive. So what else I need, like a kind of help from chat gpt. So this is all about that, how we can take help for our lectures, for our understanding, for our learning, for our research. So don't you think that it is revolution? It is a revolution in the field of academia. It is basically, but yeah, this is every technology has a sometimes darker side, or maybe machine cannot replace humans. It is the good point, by the way. I was happy to see that there are something that machine can't do. So let's talk about what chat gpt can do. Number one, as I shared with you earlier, that chat gpt cannot understand the visual information. So no video, no images. So keep in mind that it is a text-based language model. So it will accept text, it will understand text, and it will respond you in the form of text. Number one. Number two, it cannot personalize your response. I mean, if you are understanding that, it will be like magically understand what you want. It will not understand in a way, but it will help you if you are able to input the right query. I'm just recalling the time when I used to teach my students at University of the Punjab, and the course was information retrieval. And I used to tell them the better query you will have, the better results you will get from a search engine. And the same philosophy is applicable here with ChatGPT. So Don't underestimate that it will personalize the responses or it will just give the recommendations according to your context unless you have not provided the context to ChatGPT. I mean, I can guide you only if you can share everything with me about the phenomena or the topic. Otherwise, I will not be able to understand. And the same philosophy is happening with ChatGPT. Then it is really interesting. I felt really good after getting this information that sometimes it lacks the common sense so and reasoning in the word of knowledge. So that's what human possess. So I'm thankful to chat gpt that it cannot use common sense better than me, but it's on a lighter note. So, yeah, another important feature that humans can do, but this machine is unable to do, it don't have, actually, Chat GPT doesn't have emotional intelligence. And it cannot understand emotions or empathize with humans in the way that other humans can do. So, it can sometimes give you some information which is harmful for humans. So, it's your responsibility to use that information in a better, meaningful way. Then this is a matter of concern. Don't rely on this information 100%. I mean, there may be some inaccurate results, there may be some incomplete results. Why? Because it has its limitations. So it will provide you the data since it was introduced in November 2022. So it covers most of the information up to the 2021 mostly. So it means that maybe chat gpt can miss some latest information because it is a machine and it needs to be updated on regular basis. So and sometimes another important point that I just felt while using it, that it cannot, most of the time it will not provide you the source of the information. So if you are really interested to cite some information, maybe you need to connect to some other primary source. So it can give you the basic idea, basic understanding, and it can save your time, your energy for your basic understanding. And then for your further research, you can just use it to reach to the right document. So this is about it's what it can do. So always keep in mind that it may occasionally generate incorrect information. It may produce some harmful instructions. So it has some limited knowledge, as I shared with you earlier, that it may provide you information or knowledge up to 2021. And there is another limitation that if you are, I mean, if you are quite excited and you ask 60, 70 questions in a row, it may ask you to please wait for some time and uh, just start a new session for further questions. So this is the basic idea and the understanding I just wanted to share with you. That's my experience. I mean, I'm not perhaps I'm not an expert of artificial intelligence tools, but I have just shared all this experience based on my own usage of Chat GPT and discussion with my colleagues here since I'm teaching here. So we regularly discuss with our students and about academic misconduct. So that's what Dr. Salim and Dr. Zenith will talk about. So that's all from my side. If you have any question, you can just write into your chat box. Thank you very much again, Dr. Zahir and everyone and the participants who just managed their time to listen to me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, madam. Dr. Saira Hanif Soroya was discussing how artificial intelligence tools like ChatGPT is transforming the future of academics and research. She also shared her personal experience while working with ChatGPT. Madam, thank you very much.